Well, guys, it's Friday. I just got off work, back up here at the pond, ready to do some work this afternoon. I am planning on getting started on putting the roof on the shed. So I'm pretty excited about that. I got my panels all ready to go up there and got all my hardware. So we'll head up there and get started. All right, so I was hoping to get this done last week, but I had my phone set up to do a little bit of a time lapse of putting the last few purlins on the roof, and it got so hot that my iPhone actually shut off and didn't want to work anymore. Funny how my Samsung phone never did that to me. But go around to the cabin and show you what I've got accomplished so far and what my next plans are. So we'll start with the purlins on the top. That's what I accomplished last week. All on 2-foot centers up there. Now, for starters, this is all post frame construction. So these are 7-inch welded square box beams that I concreted in. And these box beams are on 10-foot centers. So I've got a total of 12 box beams here for a 20-foot by 30-foot cabin. Now, to tie everything together, I ran some 2x8 purlins across the top, those real thick ones, in a square around the building. And then for my main rafters, I ran more 2x8 purlins. Just like so. Now the next step is to put these metal panels on. So I'll be attaching these metal panels to the roof with zip screws that have neoprene washers. So throughout the course of this build, you might notice that there are probably some things that are not exactly perfect. Like some of my roof purlins are not exactly straight. But in the grand scheme of things, that doesn't really matter. The only thing that I've had help on so far throughout this build is getting the holes drilled for setting the posts. But everything apart from that, from hoisting those large 2x8 purlins up and getting them bolted on, to hauling out all the concrete for the posts and getting all the posts plumb and leveled and everything bolted together, all that's been done completely by myself. I'm just kind of your average DIY guy. I think I'm ready to get started putting on the roof. So I'm about halfway done here. Pleasantly surprised with this. It's gone a lot easier than I thought it would, which is pretty weird for most of my projects. Usually it's the other way around. It took me a minute or two to figure out a good system, a way to do it at least somewhat safely. I grossly underestimated the amount of screws that I would need. Good grief, there's 100 screws in one of these boxes, and I bought one box and I was like, well, I better pick up 2 more boxes and that ought to be plenty. And I am not even, well, I just got halfway done through one side, so I'm a quarter of the way done, and I'm already breaking into box number 2. I am dead tired, but it's about 5 o'clock, and I got started on this, around 2 or so. So it took me about 3 hours. But I got half the roof sheeted, which honestly was more than I was expecting to get done today. I did the north side of the roof today because it's supposed to be a little bit windier tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow, doing the south facing side with the south wind, the wind will kind of help hold the panel down a little bit more, if anything. So I'll tell you what, guys, being able to sit in the shade, top notch. It is Saturday the 18th, back up here at the pond, ready to finish the last half of the roof on the cabin. We'll be doing the south side of the roof today, so we'll have the wind at our backs, and hopefully that might even help me out a little bit with getting the panels up on the roof. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright guys, well, I am halfway done with this south half of the roof today. So 75% done total between yesterday and today. It's looking pretty good. Oh, the wind's just a little bit too much, but as it is right now, it's making it a bit of a pain to get the panels up there. It's about 10:30. I just finished up. Took me about 2 hours to get the other half of the roof on. It really wasn't too difficult at all once you kind of got in the groove of things and figured out how it all worked. It went up there pretty slick. So now I got a nice shady spot to hang out underneath here, and it's just kind of nice. I think I'm gonna sit down and relax for a little bit and enjoy the cool breeze.